So to begin with, let us try and understand the meaning of the word derivative. Because once we understand the meaning, then it will become easy for us to understand its application. So literally, derivative means derived out of something. For example, the curd is derived out of milk, or you can say that the curd derives its value from the value of milk. If the price of milk increases, then the price or the value of curd will increase, and similarly, if the price of milk reduces, then the price or the value of curd will also reduce. Another example could be a gold necklace. You can say that the gold necklace derives its value from the value of gold. If the value of gold increases, then the value of the necklace will also increase, and vice versa. So for that matter, a derivative contract like a futures or options, they also derive their value from an underlying asset. And that underlying asset, like here the underlying asset is milk or the gold, that underlying asset could be a share of a company, it could be the currency of a country, or it could be a commodity, or even an index like Nasdaq or Nifty or the Dow Jones. Now let us see some real life examples of derivatives. So as I have told you, on one hand there is an underlying asset like the milk or the bar of gold, and on the other hand there is a derivative of the same thing. Now I have written here that the underlying asset is real and the derivative contract is notional. Don't worry about this. I will explain the meaning of this towards the end of this lesson. For the time being, consider that a single share of Tata Motor is an underlying asset being traded on the exchange at $20 per share. On the other hand, you have a notional basket containing 1000 shares of Tata Motors. Now this basket may be considered as a derivative of this Tata Motors share. Why a derivative? Because the value of this basket will depend upon the value of Tata Motors share or the price of Tata Motors share. If the price of the share increases, the value of this basket will increase. If the price of the share decreases or goes down, then the value of this basket will go down. Consider another example, a currency like a dollar. A dollar has got some value in relation to other currencies like the yen or the real or the rupee or euro, whatever. All right. And on the other hand, there is a bundle of this currency, the same currency, maybe containing $10,000 or $20,000, whatever. This bundle may be considered as a derivative of this currency because the value of this bundle depends upon the value of this underlying asset with respect to any other currency. If the value of the dollar with respect to other currencies change, then the value of this bundle with respect to other currencies will also change, isn't it? Consider a single barrel of crude oil and a consignment of 1000 barrels of crude oil. This consignment again may be considered as a derivative of this 1 barrel of crude oil because its value will depend upon the value of this oil or a single barrel of oil. Same is with the case of another commodity or say grains or pulses. This consignment of 1 ton of wheat is a derivative of 1 kg of wheat. If the price of 1 kg of wheat changes, then the price of this consignment will change. So what you have to remember is that the value of the derivative contract will depend upon the value of the underlying asset. I have adequately explained this. Another most important thing that you have to remember is that the underlying asset is a real thing. But this derivative contract is not a real thing. It is only imaginary. It is just a promise or a contract. Why it is imaginary? Because when you are trading in derivatives, you are not physically exchanging those things. All right, you are just exchanging a promise. More about this we will see as we proceed through the course. But for the time being, just remember that this derivative contract is notional. You do not physically exchange these things, you only exchange a promise or a contract, and that promise has got a validity period, maybe 1 week, 1 month, 3 months. But that promise does not remain valid for eternity. But this underlying asset remains for eternity. All right. And the third thing is that if you want to sell the underlying asset, like for example, if you want to sell the Tata Motor share or the barrel of oil or anything from this, you must first possess it. Only if you are having this underlying asset, you will be able to sell them. That means if you want to sell a share, you must first buy a share and then only you can sell it, isn't it? But that is not so with the derivatives. Since derivative is not a physical thing, it is only a notional promise, you can sell them without possessing them. Even if you don't have this derivative, you can still sell them and purchase them later. For example, today if you feel that the price of Tata Motor share is going to go down in the days to come, and therefore the value of this basket is going to go down, in that case you can sell this basket today even without possessing it, and later when the value actually goes down, you can repurchase it at a lesser price and thus make a profit. So that is the concept of derivative. I hope that concept is clear. More details and the nitty-gritty of it, how do we trade in derivatives, that we will see as we progress through the course. All right.